Homelessness 2.0, day 76, I think. I'm almost lost count at this point. It's been almost 80 days. Just woke up like maybe half an hour ago. And I gotta take a shower at some point. I'm going to avoid playing EverQuest today. And hopefully tomorrow. It's the plan for the weekend. Just kind of want to do something different. Which, you know, it's funny too because like this weekend specifically, is when a lot of the bigger targets that are available for raids. If you don't know what a raid is, it's basically when, you know, a bunch of people go after something. Because generally you can't do it with like a group of 6. You have to get as many people as possible for the most part. So sometimes we're in a place and there's like 80 of us taking down one target because that's how difficult it is. And when you join those, you get what's known as DKP, which is, I think the old school is Dragon Kill Points. And that can help you get some high-end gear and whatnot. But I started thinking about it, and I'm like, what am I really trying to accomplish? Like, by constantly doing this? Like, what's the point? I'm not paying for it, so at least I don't have that problem. You know, like back in the day when I was originally playing EverQuest, it was like $10 a month. World of Warcraft was like $15 a month. Admittedly, I wasn't really paying for it much. You know, a friend of mine paid for it for a little bit, then at one point, I stole my grandmother's credit card. Not exactly proud of that. To pay for it. But anyway. So, I'm going to do what the psychiatrist said. I'll play Witcher. She made that. It's funny, she made that suggestion because she had asked me about impulses, like any kind of impulsive behavior. I'm like, oh, all the time. And she's like, well, like what? I mean, everything in my life. Turn on. God damn it. Get the gas out so it doesn't blow shit up. The only fire source that I have is matches, and they're the normal short stick matches, so not exactly ideal. Ooh. Turn the fan on up here. And I was like, well, just recently I finished watching season 2 of The Witcher, and I was like, I'd like to get to, you know, like to know more about it and watch and, you know, kind of understand more of the story behind everything. And then I went and bought all 3 of the games. I think it was like $15-20 maybe. I still want to get my goddamn tattoo, but like this whole COVID and not being able to drive situation and all that stuff, and it's also this COVID situation just threw a wrench in everything. And then not just in the last week, but like the whole damn thing. Just sucks. So I had opportunities that may have actually panned out in some way or not. I don't know. Like, I'm not saying my last job was great, but it had some opportunities that could have pushed me in some other directions and maybe got me paid even more. Maybe having, I don't know, some kind of job satisfaction. I don't know. Possibility was there. The possibilities were really limited. The opportunities were really limited. But like, the fact that I was willing to prove myself and then something came of it, it did the thing that it shouldn't do. It gave me hope. Because shit just kills my hope. One way or another. This whole homeless situation too has had me thinking, about like what do I really want with regards to a home. One of the things that I kind of look for in life is, it's like, okay, I was talking to my therapist yesterday. Let's see if this will turn on. There we go. We're talking about work, ideas of work from home, stuff like that. And for me, like, work from home really means working at home. It's not, and for him, he was talking about how work from home is pretty much anywhere other than the office. And I don't remember exactly what I said with regards to all this or anything, but the idea of because like me just staying in one place, in one room, or specifically, or one room in one building or something like that is not work that I like. It's not engaging. It's not. It's not productive for me. I need that movement. I don't know why. I need that movement. And it has me thinking, like, how like in the previous video I said that I've always been homeless. It makes me wonder if that is kind of part of it. If there is this constant need to move around. If it's because that's how I got a sense of stability, even though there really was none. It's like this social experiment that I'm thinking about. I finally told it to him. I haven't told anybody else. I haven't told you because I'm hoping I can actually try to pull it off. But I don't know. Maybe the social experiment itself is just some bullshit that's trying to accomplish something else. But it has me, going around and doing some stuff, talking to people. But then, I remembered in the conversation, harking back to my original plan that I had when I first started talking to him. By the way, that's the combo of like butter and bacon fat and chicken fat that I had. I'm like, let's use that as an alternative for my olive oil that I had at one time. Kind of help fill in the gap that I made from soaking up the butter. So it worked out yesterday, so doing it again today. Need like a 12-inch pan for this. And earlier I was thinking of like the song from Metallica, Wherever I May Roam, where he says, where I lay my head is home. And I've always felt that was apropos for me. Now, I don't know if that's what I truly want or if that's what I think I want. I don't know. But there's always been this drive, and especially when I'm in a situation that is transitional, where I'm like, I guess I could just give up on it all and just travel and talk to people. And I mean, that's what it ends up being. I think it's just a situation of desperation that wants some travel. I don't know. Whole thing's frustrating. I mean, if I had the money, I would definitely travel more often. I would go spend more time in a transitional situation. Because then I wouldn't have those specific obligations. Because I don't have them now. Like, what would happen if I was married and had kids? I don't know, because I don't have those things. They don't exist in my life. One could say, well, you're just trying to flee responsibility. Maybe, I don't know. Really don't know. Being alive is frustrating. You know, if I could do it my way, I would. But that requires you basically being wealthy. And not just any kind of wealthy, but because there's plenty of people who have jobs that, financially allow them to do that, but situationally won't. They have to stay at work. They have to constantly go back and forth between their home and their work in order to continue making the kind of money they're making. I don't know what skills I have. And I especially don't know what skills I have that would allow me to have a life with freedom of movement. I mean, for the most part, I don't think I have any skills. People try to tell me otherwise, but I could show you plenty of other instances where I'm nothing in comparison. So it's I don't know. I don't know what I bring to the table. I've never known. That's why I've never wanted to work. Looking back on my youth, looking back on everything with regards to the concept of working, going back to when I was a teenager, filling out job applications and stuff, I never knew anything as to what I wanted, what I should have put down on the paper. Nobody told me this shit. Nobody trained me on this crap. Nobody taught me how to think about myself in that positive way, or in any kind of way that says, hey, you can do these things, put them on that fucking piece of paper. Nobody taught me that crap. And then on top of it, it's okay, what job do you want? Because they'll, a lot of jobs, they'll ask you, especially when you're filling out the actual paperwork, what position are you applying for? I didn't fucking know. I put in whatever was available. Because I didn't know what jobs existed. I didn't know what my skills were. And I didn't know what their jobs that they did that my supposed skills were in line with. And I still don't. I don't know what jobs exist wherein my skills align with. Because for me, as far as I understand, I don't have any useful skills. I don't have any skills that this market cares for. And then, shit. When I was talking to my therapist, brought up this video series in my channel, and he was like, I said, I've been doing this, pretty consistently. And he's like, yeah, Not a lot of views. Like, no, not a lot of views, because this is how it works. You get lucky with a lot of views. And in general, nobody gives a shit about unedited vlog content anymore. They want fun facts. They want really specific sensory stuff. I don't have any of that shit. And I don't have the fucking patience to be making, 1-2 minute videos for TikTok or whatever. I just don't. Because it's more effort than most people think it is. A 2-minute video is at least 2 hours worth of work in most cases. But whatever you're trying to accomplish in that video, if, let's say, because I follow a couple of zoologists on TikTok, like, say you're a zoologist, or you're somebody who is going to school for zoology or whatever, and so as part of your studies, you have found this skill set in talking to people about the thing that you're studying. Works out really well. Part of learning is, a part of how you can learn is through teaching others. And so you're humorous, and you have taken to just learning about as many animals as possible and all kinds of animal behaviors. So you react to certain types of videos about animals, and instead of just throwing out a reaction, you throw out a reaction plus information. But you don't just react to the video and say what you think you know. That's the stuff that's your foundation for the video. Then you go into the research and you figure out all this stuff, and you try to figure out whatever you can that you know about this. And then you've got to break it down into something that's digestible within a minute or two. And you've got to present it in a way that's unique enough and interesting enough and funny enough so that throughout the entirety of that 1 to 2 minute video, your audience is always captivated at every moment, that they don't want to skip. That takes planning. That takes hours of work. And I don't like doing that much work. I don't like doing that much planning. Not unless I'm really interested in it, and I'm not really interested in much. I'm not even sure what I'm interested in, if I'm interested in anything. Barely interested in being alive. So why would I want to do everything that it takes to keep that persisting? When I'd rather just kind of meh out of existence, if at all possible. No raging into the dying light, no fighting. I'll go out with a whimper. I don't give a shit. None of it matters. But kind of getting back to the very, very beginning. So I bought 3 Witcher video games for really cheap price, and I downloaded the first one. Haven't even loaded it yet. But when I was on the phone with a psychiatrist on Monday, I told her about it, and she's like, "Well, you're sick. Go play it." It's not like you're gonna be doing anything else. I mean, even if I wasn't sick, it's not like I'm gonna be doing anything else anyway. I'm gonna go to storage sometime. I gotta rebook my driving test at some time. I gotta figure out what the next month's housing situation is gonna be at sometime. Have fun.